back. The stream is live, so let me go to Steve Viner. All right, we are live on Facebook. I see us here. So we probably could just jump in because now at this point it is recording and we are here.
Okay.
So where's your buddy at? You can't see him. Oh, is that a part of the thing?
Hello,
Oh,
hello there.
Hello there, Miss Lady.
Hello.
Hello, Miss Lady. Is that what the Pam thing? Okay, I gotcha.
Sweet.
I was like, where the frick is your buddy? So yeah, we can just jump in and short episode. We only got 8 minutes. Hockey usually starts pretty quickly after the 8 o'clock hour,
Right.
so we don't have too much time. But we, really quickly, Dad, you could probably lead us off. The few things we want to talk about are the first thing we want to talk about is a key to success for this series. Dad, what do you got in mind?
So I'm taking the lazy way out. I'm going with what has plagued us for the last 4 playoff runs, and that is no giveaways in our own zone. Okay, death, taxes, Bruins giving up a playoff goal off a giveaway every single game. It just happens constantly, and they need to cut that crap. I don't know if it's going to happen because they have Grizzlick and Carlo together. You know how I feel about that awful pairing. Just drives me insane. So keep an eye on those two. And that is my key to the game. And how about you, Ron?
Yeah.
Not too far off from that. My key to the game is going to be goaltending. The Bruins have a huge advantage with their tandem, whoever they start, Samsonov. I mean, against Toronto, though, with Samsonov and that, I would think he's about probably the worst goalie in the playoffs. To
Wow.
be honest.
That's a statement.
I mean, it's
That's
a huge advantage. Yeah, no, absolutely. So I think it's a huge advantage that they have to take advantage of that. And if they do that, then I think they'll be all right. Despite the turnovers, I mean, Toronto's got a high-powered offense, which obviously we can go into.
Okay.
When we go about that. My key is definitely goaltending for sure.
Now, Matt, what is yours?
Yeah, so mine is going to be similar to both of yours, and that's staying out of the penalty box. This is a run and gun team, high scoring, right? Play our game. We beat them every game this season, and a few of them handily. So it's if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But keeping this team 5-on-5, using the strength of our goalie, like Ron said, is I think a major importance. And if we could do that, then there's no reason we shouldn't be able to beat this team. So, any other insights, Dad, before we do our game predictions?
Well, we brought Ron on because he actually is quite the insider with NHL knowledge. He actually works for the Tampa Bay Lightning, so he's going to give us a little scouting report on what to watch for with Toronto. So take it away, Ron.
Yeah.
Yes.
Still the Bruins fan though, so it's a tough life down there in Tampa being a Bruins fan and working for the Lightning. But I do the best I can. I think Toronto, we have to realize they are a super powered offense. Obviously, Austin Matthews led the league in goals, so they can score. And what they've done is they've kind of assembled their lineup to have depth throughout. For most of the season, they had Mitch Marner rolling with them in the first line. So you have Mitch Marner, a star player. They moved him to the second line. They moved up actually Domi and our old friend Bertuzzi. So Tyler Bertuzzi and Max Domi playing with the top line with Austin Matthews gives them some grit up there. You're not going to see probably Marchand and them dealing, messing around too much with Matthews.
And you said you had Nylander.
Yeah, Nylander's a big key too. They have something's going on with Nylander. They're not sure if he's going to play game one. He missed the optional skate. So that could be a huge key for them. Nylander's moved down to the third line, and he is a legit star player.
That is crazy. That's like the best third line player in the league, I can tell you.
Absolutely. So if they can spread out that scoring, which is their idea. Now, of course, you have to have Nylander playing, and there's some mystery thing going on with him. So we'll see in about 10 minutes whether he's on the ice. But that's a huge key. And their second line can score too. You got was on their second line. You got Bertuzzi, Domi, and Matthews in the first line, but you also got
Tavares.
Tavares with
Jeez.
Marner,
Yeah.
and that's a huge second line. I mean, they're
loaded.
They're loaded
on offense.
You got to take advantage of them defensively, and like I said, my key to the game, goaltending. It has to be a goaltending advantage. You cannot lose goaltending to Toronto and expect to win the series.
Yeah.
Yep.
And speaking of Matthews, he scored half of the even strength goals for the Maple Leafs versus us this year. So definitely shutting him down if you can do it. Nobody really has been able to this year, so we'll see. All right, so I got an underwear bandit behind me. Jackson, stop jumping around back there. I don't know what he's doing.
The defensive pairings are interesting. They're putting Lindholm and McAvoy together, supposedly, and Shattenkirk is with Peak. I like the Shattenkirk with Peak, so I do like that one. And Canadian hit. Oh, Samantha, we got to kick her out. She's like a Canadian fan. My buddy Frank's chiming in too. Look, he didn't ask a question. He's just chiming in. My buddy Frank, who used to live in Florida, and I don't know, bumped his head and he moved back up to Rhode Island. I have no idea.
Not so bright.
Frank. But I don't know. The pairings are interesting. Putting Lindholm with McAvoy, that's they're supposed to be two number one defensemen. Obviously, Lindholm's not played like that. They're going with Omar tonight. That's a big deal. Because let me tell you, Swayman has owned Toronto. I understand that. I understand that Omar's been playing better lately, but Swayman absolutely owns Toronto. So I don't know. I don't know if that's a great move. Hopefully it works out. We'll have to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. So we'll definitely see what kind of player we get. Do we get early last year Lindholm or last year playoff Lindholm this year? And that's going to be a big deciding factor in this game. And do we get Tyler Bertuzzi, the playoff Tyler Bertuzzi, or do we not? And I'm really scared if we get playoff Tyler Bertuzzi because he showed up for us last year.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely. So and then they're sitting J. Rams Van Riemsdyk, I guess. So that's kind of a big deal. I guess he's been slumping lately. So he was supposed to be brought in for these playoff situations. So now I don't know. Like, is it worth going with Laukow over him? I think I'd rather have Van Riemsdyk, even if he has been struggling, but we'll see. I mean, I don't know. The younger leagues might work out.
I want the speed, right? This, like you said, Maple Leafs are fast. Laukow is one of the fastest guys in the NHL, so it makes sense. We got Uncle Nick in here, so definitely appreciate everybody tuning in.
Absolutely.
And now we are nearing game time, so we could probably share our predictions. If you're in commenting, please let us know what you think the outcome of this game is going to be. For this one game. Dad, you want to lead us off with your prediction?
Yeah, so I think the Bruins jump on them in this one. I think they win this game, but unpopular opinion here, I think the Bruins lose in 6. I think this is the year that Toronto breaks through. Their scoring, our scoring cannot match theirs. All year I've been crying about the playoffs. I didn't think the Bruins had enough scoring, and that's why I really wanted to trade Ullmark to get a first line, center or wing. They didn't do that. I still am convinced they don't have enough playoff scoring because everything gets tight, everything gets buckled down. So we'll see if I'm wrong. Hopefully the old bull is wrong. But I mean, at some point, you have to score goals in this game. And even though you have elite defensemen, you get some shaky D. I'm hoping, all of that does not come to fruition.
Ron, please right the wrong. Please right the wrong that just happened here. You couldn't have some false homerism for at least one game.
Yeah.
Ron, go ahead. Go ahead. What do you got?
Honest. I'm being honest.
No, I'm gonna go. No, he is. He's doing it. I'm going Bruins in 7. It's gonna be tough. I mean, but you got to go with defense and goaltending. That's a win Stanley Cups. I mean, I saw it with my own Lightning when I was here. The great goaltending, the great defense they had. Shattenkirk actually happened to be a part of that.
Yes.
But that's what wins it. And we're much better in goaltending and defense than Toronto. It's going to be tough. They can score. Going back to what Steve said earlier, if they can just avoid those turnovers in their own end, those stupid mistakes that cost them goals, Toronto will cash in on those. If they can avoid those, it's going to be a tough series. It's going to go back and forth. Who knows? Maybe 2000 was it 13 or 11 at overtime, 3-1.
God.
Hopefully we don't have to come back from something like that. But no, we definitely don't need that. But let's take them in 7 games and not overtime.
Who do you think's winning today?
Yeah,
I think the Bruins take game 1.
Take game 1. Any scored picks for you guys?
3-1.
Yeah, I'm
3-1.
going 4-3 Bruins.
I like a lower
4-3
scoring
Bruins.
game, 3-1.
4-3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with Ron
Now,
here.
what about you?
So
Okay.
I'm taking the Bruins in 5 here. I think that the Bruins are gonna
Oh,
lay a
wow.
smackdown
Ooh,
on the Maple
that's
Leafs team.
dominant. Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, it's a gentleman's sweep, nice and easy. We're gonna take the first 2 games at home. We're gonna take advantage of being able to put.
Wow.
We're gonna
That's
take
good.
advantage of because the home team can pick the matchups right in the faceoffs and everything like that. I think we're gonna take advantage, get a 2-0 lead, lose one in their house, come back and then take it, seal it in the Garden tonight. And if for my stuff to come true, we got to keep it low scoring, just like Ron. So I was thinking 2-1 is probably the scenario here, maybe 3-1. I think we have a veteran team. I think the Maple Leafs are loaded with a bunch of chokers, and let's just hope that that stays true and that shows out this series. So, and yes, B's in 5. I like Frank. Frank, you could be on the next podcast with Ron and I. And we could do a trio. We ditch my dad.
Ron, real quick, do you know anything about their defensemen, Toronto's defensemen? Do you have any insight on that?
I mean, they rank mostly in defensive categories in the bottom third in almost every type of defensive statistic.
Okay.
Riley's their good top defender. They're the McAvoy. He's the McAvoy of the Bruins.
Okay.
He's their top guy. But if you think about the rest of they're not that strong. They're, like I said, their offense is top 10 and everything.
Okay.
And their defense is bottom 10, pretty much every category, including power play and power kill. So that's where we're looking. Offense versus defense.
All right. I like that.
If the games go over,
yeah,
Maple Leafs probably win. If they can stay under, then probably Bruins.
Ron's prediction is going to bring mass suicide attempts in Toronto. I don't think that place could stand another 7-game loss to the Boston Bruins. Yeah. That's like their absolute nightmare.
Definitely not in overtime.
Yeah.
Maybe
they'll be up by 3 goals.
Yeah, if they're up 3 goals, it could be problems.
Yes,
problems in Toronto.
Absolutely. So
now, real quick, just like a question for thought. Last year's series or this year's series, which one do you feel like is a more gotta have it? I know in hindsight, last year's series already happened, so it's it's a bit less sore. But being it against the Leafs, being it after one first round exit, which one do you think is more gotta have it? Is this do or die for the Bruins?
Last year was way more painful.
Last year was way more painful. Okay. Yeah. What about you, Ron? What about you?
Jeez, it's tough. It is. It was so painful last year. But this is about. They're gonna need some major change. If they can't do it with this group, then they're gonna change it all up. I mean, I think this year's a little bit of an extra gift because last year we were expected to do big things and did not.
Yeah.
I don't think this team has the same expect level that they should win the Stanley Cup, and obviously they didn't win the President's Trophy, and that's not in there. But maybe that's what they need. More of a pleasant surprise sneak up on you than being the leader.
Doesn't mean we can't hope. So we'll see. All right, guess it's game time.
Says the guy they're losing in 6.
I know. Uncle Nick said Bruins 4-2. Bruins 4-2. So yeah, let's hope we're all right here. We get a 1-0 lead. So yeah, thanks everybody. Well, we'll
hopefully
be back after the game.
A happy crew after the game. Stay tuned. We're going to be on for a quick post game as well. All right, guys.
All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
All right. Hey, go Bruins.